Hello, today I'm going to show you an awesome unboxing video by me for you. Today, let me introduce you the brand new Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. Whoa, this is a big phone. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is awesome. 5G goes pro. The A14 Bionic rockets past every other smartphone chip out there. The Pro camera system takes low light photography to the next level with an even bigger jump on iPhone 12 Pro Max, like seen here in that video. And Ceramic Shield delivers our times better drop performance. Let's have a look what this thing can do for us. Yeah, less bezel, more screen. Yeah. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is 6.7 inches large with a Super Retina XDR display. You can see the iPhone 12 Pro versus the 12 Pro Max. That's another dimension. Wow. Let's compare this to the 11. The iPhone 11 Pro Max was 6.5 inches. The new iPhone 12 Pro Max is 6.7 inches, 0.2 inches bigger. Love it. Both of them comes with a Super Retina XDR display. That's the fact. But it's bigger. That means you have more screen. Kicks glass. Ceramic shield. Toucher than any smartphone glass out there. The iPhone already had the touched glass in a smartphone, so to dramatically increase the durability of the iPhone 12 Pro Max, they had to introduce an all-new material, nanoscale ceramic crystals, Enterocomeric shield. It's made by introducing nano ceramic crystals, which are actually harder than most metals, into glass. Sounds simple, but it's incredibly difficult because most ceramics aren't transparent. Like our toilet. You can see, it's not transparent. It's white or brown. What the fuck? How that is possible to get ceramic invisible or transparent by controlling the type of crystals and degree of crystality. They developed an exclusive formula that maximized the touchiness of the ceramic while remaining optical clear. This was the breakthrough that made Ceramic Shield ideally suitable for the display. It's the first in any smartphone, and it's touchier than any smartphone glass. And dual ion exchange process. The touch is great, but they also wanted to make it scratch resistant. So, using the dual ion exchange process they use on the back glass, they protect against nicks, scratches, and everyday wear and tear. And 4 times better drop performance. Beyond the ceramic shield, there's one more thing that contributes to the durability of the front cover. It sits flush to the edge of the phone, which helps protect it even more. Altogether, they have quadrupled the drop performance, the largest year-over-year improvement ever for iPhone. Oh, and we have surgical grade stainless steel on the right and left and the upper and the sounds on the side of the phone. Before, the phones were a little bit smoother in the angle at the edges. Now we come back to a really nearly 90 degrees. But there is stainless steel, surgical grade, and blows other phones out of the border. The industry-leading IP68 water resistant is in that iPhone. And for finishing touches, Pacific Blue, Gold, Silver, and Graphite as shown here. And we can use artificial reality. inside our phone because of the lunar scanner and all others. We can use artificial reality so much more better than before, and we can use it super fast and wireless. Hello 5G. 5G transforms the iPhone with accelerated wireless speeds and better performance on congested networks. Now we can download huge files on the go or stream high quality HDR movies without all the lag. iPhone also has the most 5G bands of any smartphones, so we get 5G in more places. I hope this, because in my place it's not available so much, so we have to wait. But this is a future project for me. And all the speed opens up amazing possibilities for the future of apps. That means iPhone makes the most of 5G. And we have an A14 Bionic. The only thing even close was the Apple iPhone's last chip. The A14 Bionic is the first 5nm chip in the industry, with advanced components library atoms wide, 40% more transistors, rev up speeds, while increasing efficiency for a great battery life. And a new ISP-powered Dolby Vision recording, something no pro movie cameras, let alone any other phone, can do. Up to 50% faster CPU and GPU than any other smartphone chip. First 5nm chip in the industry. 11.8 billion transistors. Wow! Up to 80% faster neural engine and 16 core neural engine. Up to 70% faster machine learning accelerators. Oh, generations ahead of any other smartphone chip. And we have a LiDAR scanner. AR, artificial reality at the speed of light. Awesome, really awesome. The LiDAR scanner on the iPhone 12 Pro Max measures how long it takes light to reflect back from objects, so it can create a depth map of any space we are in. Because it's ultra fast and accurate, AR apps can now transform a room into a realistic rainforest or show us exactly how new sneakers will fit. The NASA is developing LiDAR technology for Mars missions, a depth map in nanoseconds. Oh, the iPhone is already designed from the ground up for artificial reality, and now the LiDAR scanner in the iPhone 12 Pro Max takes things to a whole new level. A detailed depth map in nanoseconds. The LiDAR scanner measures absolutely depth by timing how long it takes invisible light beams to travel from the transmitters to the objects, then back to the receivers. And the LiDAR works with the depth frameworks of iOS14 to create a tremendous amount of high-resolution data spanning the camera's entire field of view. And the beams pulse in nanoseconds, constantly measuring the scene and refining the depth map. For artificial reality, that's a game changer. And instant artificial reality. LiDAR can instantly understand the surface in our space, so our apps can get right to organize the scene and creating custom experience. And we have a scene geometry with a detailed representation of every surface in a room. The LiDAR can place content everywhere it should go to look realistic. Wherever that's on the curve of our couch, the back of our chair, or even our messy desk. That makes IR apps much smarter. For example, if a landscape is being projected onto our living room, the grass will grow only on the floor and spread right up to the furniture, completely adaptive to our space. And advanced occlusion A more accurate depth map also allows the iPhone 12 Pro Max to understand which objects are front or others. So if our characters run through your driveway, they will accurately pass behind our car and in front of the tree, keeping us fully immersed in our experience. And it's a camera that sees in the dark, night mode portraits. The LiDAR also unlocks advanced compatibilities for the Pro camera system, including up to 6 times faster autofocus in low light. And on the wide camera, the detail of the LiDAR depth map makes night mode portraits possible. Now, even in low light, the neural engine can render our subject in focus against a beautiful blurred background. That's all about LiDAR, because it will gain our experience so much more. And here it comes, the best thing, I think, the Pro camera system. A new day for night mode. Night mode comes to both the wide and the ultra wide cameras, and it's better than ever at capturing incredible low light shots. The LiDAR makes night mode portraits possible, and the wide camera lets in 27% more light for great detail in sharper focus day or night. Wide camera with 1.6 aperture captures 27% more light. New 7 elements wide lens for edge-to-edge sharpness. And new OIS makes 5,000 adjustments per second. The LiDAR delivers up to 6 times faster autofocus in low light. And here it comes, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is cameras maximus, the bigger iPhone Maxes, out the Pro camera system. A 47% larger sensor and a larger pixel dramatically increase the amount of light gathered on the wide camera. A new OIS stabilized the sensor instead of the lens, so our shots are steady even when we are not. And the new 65mm telephoto camera lets us zoom in tighter on portraits. 87% better low light photos, 5-time optical zoom range, and bigger 1.7 macrometer pixels. New sensor shift, optical image stabilization. And this is awesome. Steady as we go. The optical image stabilization, OIS, on the iPhone 12 Pro Max now makes adjustment awesome, because it will adjust 5,000 times per second. Woo! This is 5 times faster than the iPhone 11 Pro. And it does an amazing job of keeping photos sharp and videos steady. But to stabilize the iPhone 12 Pro Max wide camera, they had to come up with an entirely different system. New camera, new OIS. They gave the iPhone 12 Pro Max a larger wide sensor with bigger pixel to gather more light for more detail and color in our photos. And they engineered a stabilization solution that moves just the sensor, keeping it even steadier than before. That's Sensor Shift OIS, and it's a game changer. DSLR technology at iPhone scale. Until now, sensor shift stabilization was only on DSLR cameras. This is the first time it's been adapted to iPhone. Wherever we are shooting videos or our kids as us chase them around the parks or holding our phone out the window on a bumpy road, we will get more precise stabilization than ever. This is an nearly GoPro thing. In GoPro, there is a good stabilization too. But the GoPro is only a cam. This here is a smartphone. Yeah. Awesome. And portraits that comes out at night. The night mode portraits on the wide cameras gives us the vivid color as well as beautiful bouquet that accurately lit buildings. Street lights, any background lights, we can handle that. Even with a single small light source, the LiDAR And the A14 Bionic can render every pattern and texture on your screen. And we have deep fusion. It kicks in for low to mind light scenes. The neural engine analyzes multiple exposures, pixel by pixel, to bring out unprecedentedly detail. Awesome. And portrait mode, fine-tuned. Machine learning on the iPhone 12 Pro Max is even better at separating the haptic from the background, for example. And creative controls lets us adjust the background, blur, and light on faces. More detail in the blink of artificial intelligence. That is Smart HDR 3. Automatically refines highlights, shadows, and contours. Artificial intelligence is there and helps us. And Smart HDR 3 captures every bit of golden hour magic. Really awesome. Smart HDR is awesome. But I have a little bit trouble with HDR 3 if I'm shooting some videos with it and upload it to YouTube, and then you will have a playback there. Sometimes it's so glowy. Too much shiny. I don't know why. Because on my device it looks beautiful. Maybe a background problem. This will fix soon, maybe. Shot easy photos. Shot awesome videos. And this in the front side and the back side. Because you have a snapshot of each camera. You have on the iPhone 12 Pro Max a 26mm focus or focal length, 1.7 micrometers pixels, and 1.6 aperture, 100% focus pixels, 7 element lens, and it comes with sensor shift OIS. This is the wide camera. We have an ultra wide camera too, because we have 3 systems there. The ultra wide camera comes with 13mm focal length, 120 degrees fields of view, 2.4 aperture, 5 element lens, and lens correction. And then there's more. Telephoto. The telephoto lens. This is on the left downside. This is a 65mm focal length, 2.2 aperture, and focus pixels, 6 element lens, and OIS. Awesome. And we have Apple Pro RAW for an absurd amount of creative control. The Pro RAW gives us all the standard RAW information, along with the Apple image pipeline data, so we can get a head start on editing with noise reduction and multi-frame exposure adjustment already in place, and have more time to tweak color and white balance. And there it comes, Dolby Vision recording, 60 times more colors, infinitely more spectacular. Awesome. This is the first camera ever to record in Dolby Vision. A new Pro Video experience on an iPhone. The jump from 8 to 10-bit HDR recording is tremendous, capturing tons more color and adding end-to-end Dolby Vision from capture to edit to playback allows the iPhone 12 Pro Max to do even more than movie industry cameras. And we have real-time Dolby Vision capture. Today, Dolby Vision grading is applied across the entire movie in post-production. It's a time-consuming process that happens on pro computers in editing studios. Now, this huge workflow is in our pocket. To do it, they had to create a whole new way to dynamically provide Dolby Vision tuning to each frame. As we go, Apple Design ISP. How does it work? iPhone 12 Pro Max takes 2 exposures and runs them through the custom image signal processor to create a histogram, which is a graph of the tonal values in each frame. The Dolby Vision metadata is the general based on that histogram. It takes the sheer speed of A14 Bionic to do this in real time. And Dolby Vision editing on a smartphone before 12 Pro Max, we should not shoot Dolby Vision, let alone edit it on a smartphone. Now we can edit all our Dolby Vision videos right from our iPhone, in the Photo app, in the iMovie or Clips, or from our Mac with Final Cut Pro. And start to finish in Dolby Vision. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, with its insanely fast chip, lets us shoot 4K Dolby Vision video up to 60 frames. 60 frames, 4K, edited easily in all the ways we are used to, and blasted to our TV with a tap using AirPlay. It's an amazing experience that can't be found on any other phone out there. This is a huge step. This is the iPhone 12 Pro jumps from 8 to 10-bit HDR recording, capturing 700 million colors for much more lifelike videos. Then it goes one better, recording Dolby Vision, the format used by the film industry. We can even edit Dolby Vision video and use AirPlay to see every last bit of the difference on the big screen. Now every night is movie night. Really. The wide camera, larger sensor brings way more detail of the shadows. And for the first time, we can take night mode time-lapse videos with a tripod to capture scenes with dramatic motion. Now even our movies can pull and all-night pull. 87% better low-light video with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. New ISP with improved noise reduction for more detail. And true depth camera. It's never too late to take another night mode selfie. The night mode comes to the front camera, bringing all that low light detail and natural color to us favorite subjects. Deep Fusion Smart's HDR3 and Dolby Vision recording are now on the True Depth camera too, so we will look our best in any light. And we have a Super Retina XDR display, an infinity pool of pixels. How can we make the biggest, brighter display better? Easy. Apple did that in the iPhone 12 Pro Max. A new design with flat edges on our flexible custom OLED allowed them to push the screen amazing colors, brightness and contrast right to the very airy edge. Up to 1200 nits peak brightness for HDR photos and movies, and 2 million to 1 contrast ratio for true blacks and bright whites. Over 3.4 million pixels in 12 Pro Max, the most ever in an iPhone. And we can use MagSafe accessories. Everything is just a click away. We can use instant attraction. We can use a wallet on the backside, etc. This is a new thing. And we can use turbochargeable system because of that. But this you have all, as you can see, buy separately, because in the box is only the iPhone, a SIM extraction tool, a label, and a Lightning to USB-C wire. That is it. No power supply, no power. No. This is out. They reduced the carbon footprint by thinking inside the box. The carbon savings equal to 450,000 fewer cars on the road per year. The iPhone 12 Pro Max works with existing power adapters, earpods with Lightning connectors, and USB-A to Lightning cables. Because there are billions of those out in the world. New ones often go unused. So Apple are removing them from the box. But what is if you're a newbie? If you never have an Apple device before, you will need that, and you have to buy that separately. And there's a problem. If it's Christmas time, and you wrap this iPhone out of your gift, and then you have only, I think, 45 minutes to play with them with this iPhone because you do not have any power supply. Then you have a problem at home because you will have to buy this separately. I think that's not the solution. But okay, it is for better carbon saving. This reduces the carbon emissions and avoids the mining and use of perfect materials. It is also shrink the package, allowing more boxes per shipment and fewer shipment overall. They are transition the manufacturing partners to renewable energy as well. Altogether, this eliminates over 2 million metric tons of carbon emissions annually. This is awesome. To charge the new iPhone, we can continue to use our USB-A to Lightning cable. Or we can take advantage of a fast charging with the USB-C to Lightning cable, now included in the box, which works with existing USB-C power adapters and computer ports. Okay, I can handle this, and you can handle this too. Best worldwide coverage. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has up to 20 5G bands and up to 32 LTE bands, more than any other smartphones, for the most extensive coverage around the world. And twice the starting storage. The iPhone 12 Pro Max starts at 128 GB of storage, doubling the space for things like photos and videos, and more shots, less lags. Snapping shots quickly, iPhone intelligently adapts, speeding up processing so we can capture all the action. And spatial audio with Dolby Atmos. Sounds moves around us in 3D space. Oh, so we feel like we are inside the action. And we can have two numbers. Dual SIM with eSIM lets us have both a personal number and a business number on the same iPhone. And of course, this is awesome, but you will need an electronic SIM for it. You cannot attach two standard SIM cards. This is not possible. This is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is the maximum power. It comes with ceramic shield front, texture matte glass, back and stainless steel design. And it comes in silver, graphite, gold or Pacific blue. It comes in the capacity of 128, 256 or 512 like shown here, gigabit capacity. The size and the wide of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Wide is 3.07 inches. These are 78.1 millimeters. Height is 6.33 inches. These are 160.8 millimeters. And the depth is 0.29 inches. These are 7.4 millimeters. And the weight is 8.03 ounces. These are 228 grams. And the display. The iPhone 12 Pro Max have a Super Retina XDR display, 6.7 inches diagonal, all-screen OLED display, 2778 by 1284 pixel, and the resolution at 458 ppi. The iPhone 12 Pro Max display has round corners that follows a beautiful curved design, and these corners are within a standard rectangle. When measured as a standard rectangular shape, the screen is 6.68 inches diagonally. Okay, actually, viewable areas is less. And both models contains HDR display, True Tone, White Color P3, Haptic Touch, 2:1 contrast ratio, typically 800 nits, maximum brightness typical of 1200 nits, maximum brightness HDR, fingerprint-resistant oleophobic coating, supports for display of multiple languages and characters simultaneously. And of course it's splash water and dust resistant. But take care, it's rated IP68, maximum depth of 6 meters up to 30 minutes, under IEC standard 60529. It comes with an A14 Bionic chip. This is the next generation for neural engine. and camera system. Oh yeah, this is really awesome. Night mode portrait enabled by LiDAR scanner, pattern mode with advanced bokeh and depth control, portrait light with an 6fx, natural studio control, blah blah blah. And of course, you have a sensor shift optical image stabilization, 5-element lens, ultra wide, 6-element lens, telephoto 7-element lens wide. You have the brighter true tone flash with slow sync, panorama up to 63 megapixel, sapphire crystal lens cover, 100% focus pixels, night mode ultra wide and wide, deep fusion, smart HDR3, Apple Pro RAW, wide color capture for photos and live photos, lens correction ultra wide, advanced red eye correction, photo geotagging, outer image stabilization, burst mode, image format captures HEIF and JPEG. That's awesome, isn't it? And you have video recording options. HDR videos are available in up to 60 frames. You can shoot 4K videos, 1080p and 720p. That's playback zoom, video format recordings, HEIF and H.264, and stereo recording. Take 8 megapixel still photo while recording 4K videos, no problem. You can make cinematic video stabilization, 4K 1080p and 720p. Extended dynamic range for video up to 60 frames. And you have a true depth camera, 12 megapixel capture. Night mode, deep fusion, smart HDR3, lens correction, retina flash, outer image stabilization, burst mode. Oh, yeah. Then you can enable by true depth camera for facial recognition, use Face ID. And you can use Apple Pay, Apple Card. You can have 5G in all, I think, all bands out there. Of course, you can use LTE, UMTS, HSPA, DCHSPA, etc. GSM and Edge too, no problem. And 5G gigabit LTE with 4x4 MIMO and LAA, Wi-Fi 6 with 2.2 mmIO, and Bluetooth 5 wireless technology, ultra wideband chip for spatial awareness, NFC with reader mode, express card with power reserve, and built-in GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, QS, and Baidu, digital compass, Wi-Fi, cellular, iBeacon, micro location. You can have video calling by Face ID, of course in HD too. You can make audio calling, FaceTime audio, voice over LTE, and Wi-Fi calling. You can make audio playback in so much audio formats. You can make video playback in standard formats. You can use Siri. And if you're looking on the phone at the front side, you have a built-in stereo speaker on the upside. On the right side, you can see our field side button. On the left side, you have a ring and silent button, volume up, volume down button. On the bottom side, you have the lightning connector. It's not a USB-C connector. Damn. Built-in microphones and built-in stereo speakers. The power and the battery. Video playback up to 20 hours. Video playback streamed up to 12 hours. Audio playback up to 80 hours. Wow. Built-in rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. Built-in. The MagSafe wireless charging is up to 15 watt. QI wireless charging is possible up to 7.5 watt. No problem. And you can use MagSafe, you have sensors, Face ID, LiDAR scanner, barometer, 3-axis gyro, accelerometer, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, and the operation system is iOS14. This is the world's most personal and secure mobile operation system out there. Awesome. This is an awesome iPhone 12 Pro Max. And this is really awesome. You can see the pictures, you can see the videos. It is awesome for our eyes and for every other things out there. iPhone 12 Pro Max. So let's perform a setup. Our phone, we can switch it on by pushing the right power button. And then you can see here, it calls you hello and another languages. Swipe upward and then you can use your country and of course your language. So select your country or region. I'm using Germany because I'm in Germany. Of course you can use Afghanistan, blah 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 blah, everything what you like. Then next time it's quick start. Then you can bring your current iPhone or iPad near this phone to sign in and set up. It's really easy. But in this case, we are make a setup manually. If you have another iPhone, come with it, go in the error of that, and they will find each other. So now let's set up written and spoken language. You can choose here English, German, and other languages too. Continue. Then we have to choose a Wi-Fi network. We are going to dock in my Wi-Fi network here. And of course, we will need a password for it to enter into this Wi-Fi network. This is important to enter this because this is the security level we have to log with a password. The password you can ask at your admin or by yourself if you set up your Wi-Fi network at home. So here we are. Password is entered. Then join. Now we joined the Wi-Fi network. This is important because it may take a few minutes to activate our iPhone. The iPhone now gets some information from the Apple servers and is activating now the iPhone. This is important. This is the first step we have to go forward. If you do not have internet or Wi-Fi network, then you have a problem. So, data and privacy. The icon appears when an Apple feature asks to use our personal information. Then, Face ID. We can now make a setup with Face ID. It's the best way to unlock your phone. So now, it's really easy. We have to get our phone inside this area like this. I will show you. It's a little bit difficult here, but here is my face. Okay, now I'm rotating my face inside this circle. A little bit more. Follow the arrow. Okay, now you can see first step completed. Now let's perform this again. Hello, and go, and go. So here we are. Okay, now we performed the Face ID. The Face ID is now set up. Awesome, isn't it? Then we need a passcode. You are not choosing 1 up to 6. That's not good. I would change it later. Choose anyway. This passcode, it's the first passcode you have to know. If your phone is rebooting, etc., you will need this passcode. So think about that. Then we can choose Restore from iCloud Backup. If you have another Apple ID device, restore from Mac or personal computer. Transfer directly from the iPhone or move data from Android. And we are now performing first thing. It's your first iPhone. Don't transfer apps and data. Now we will need an Apple ID. Sign in with your Apple ID to use iCloud, the App Store, and other Apple services. We need an Apple ID to work with our iPhone proper. If we are going to make it new, we can create an Apple ID. If we already have an Apple ID, we have to enter them now. First the Apple ID email address and then the password for it. And then we go the next step. And of course, we can use different Apple IDs for cloud and other Apple services. So now I'm entering my Apple ID and my password here. And you have to do the same, but with your Apple ID. Okay, job's done. Now the next steps are terms and conditions. Read all the terms and conditions and then agree. Now, it can take a few minutes to set up our Apple ID in this iPhone. Or we can set up now the Apple ID in the cloud service with that iPhone here. And then they will share some information about your history, etc., 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 to make a professional and good installation process here. It will take a little bit time if your internet connection is not so good. It will take, I think, 5 minutes, up to 8. But if you have a faster internet address area here, then it comes to an end immediately, as you can see. So now we can choose keep your iPhone up to date. Okay, location services. Enable or disable, you can choose by your own. This location services allows maps and other apps to service like Find My iPhone, Find My other devices, etc. And of course, you can use Apple Pay. Add a credit card, a debit or a store card to Apple Pay to make secure payments in apps. We will set up this later in Wallet. Screen time. This is an awesome app. It will give us information, weekly reports with insights about our screen time. Awesome. You can do that or disagree that, okay? iPhone Analytics. This helps Apple improve its product and services by allowing analytics to usage data from our phone. And of course, we can do the same with App Analytics. This is for the developers. Then we can use True Tone display, like shown here, or without True Tone. The iPhone automatically adapts to ambient lighting and conditions to make colors appear consistent in different environments. We can change this later, of course, but choose this. This is awesome. Then, appearance. Select a light or a dark appearance. You can choose by your own. I'm using the dark side of the iPhone. And we can make a display zoom as we like, standard or zoomed. Then it means welcome to iPhone. Swipe up to get started. And we are in. Here we are. Godlike, isn't it? This was fast. And here you can see Face ID. I'm pushing, the lock is locked. I'm rotating it into my area of my face and it's unlocked immediately. This is fast, isn't it? So now we are on the operation system. We can swipe easily. We can use the camera system, for example. We can make photos. We can make portraits. We can make a panorama view, videos, slow motion, time-lapse videos, etc. Of course, we can rotate it to another side. And now we can see myself. Here we can see it's not so good quality because it's so much LED here. You can see, hey, here you can do the same. Slow motion, video, photo, portrait, no problem with it. Awesome, really awesome. To go out of apps, swipe upward. To have some information that refresh the widgets. Or you can go to the right side. This comes to the app library. And of course, you have all the access to all app store. That means you can make so many apps are running with your iPhone immediately. Really awesome, awesome and easy. That's the iPhone and we are in it. We have so many apps and we have so many information. And of course, we can make a telephone call too, as you can see. But to make a telephone call, we have to enter the SIM card. To enter the SIM card while the phone is working, it's no problem. The only thing we have to need is this, a Nano SIM card and a SIM card extraction tool. So here. And the phone. The phone on the left side. Okay, first on the right side, you can see the button here. This is the power button. Okay, and on the opposite side, on the left side, you can see volume up, volume down. And there is a little hole. And in this hole, we have to penetrate now using the SIM card extraction tool and press until the SIM tray is coming out a little bit. Now, yeah, pull it out as you can see. And here it is, the SIM card tray. Now, let's have a SIM card. Here, this is a Nano SIM card. The Nano SIM card is the smallest SIM card which you can use on smartphones. And we have to enter it in this tray. You can see this rounded edge and there is the same, okay, on the negative part. And then we will get this SIM card in position. That it is. Now we have to enter the SIM card with the tray into the iPhone while it is running, no problem. Then we have unlock. We have to unlock it. And of course, we have to enter a SIM card pin. This is the second pin you have to. No, the third thing. The first is you have to enter a password or for your Face ID. The second is your Apple ID password. And the third thing is the SIM pin. Of course, the SIM pin you can deactivate later. So now enter the SIM pin, and then we can press OK. Now the SIM card will get information about your network, and then we can go to have a telephone call or go mobile with your phone, no problem. But first, let's go to settings. In settings, we can go to mobile data. So here you can see some messages are coming, no problem, because it works. We go to mobile data. Here you can see mobile data. Then mobile data you can switch on or off if you like. Then roaming. Roaming is to get in other countries like your own country and have data traffic, no problem. You can enable it, disable it. You can use 5G on, 5G auto or 4G. In the past, I had some problems. If I'm using 5G automatic way, my phone calls was stopped automatically after a couple of minutes. So I switched to 4G, no problem anymore. But you can choose data mode, standard or other modes. Then you can use it as a personal hotspot for another phone. Network selection in my case is Vodafone. Wi-Fi calling, you can switch on or off. Wi-Fi calling is if you have no network, mobile network, you can enter into a Wi-Fi and call with this. Calls on other devices when nearby. Mobile data network provider services. This you can use to have special provider services. SIM pin, in this case, you can change that the SIM has no pin anymore. You can set up this. The SIM applications and app data plan. Everything is possible here. And if you're going to go with the electronic SIM, you have to go add a data plan. Then you will get from your service, from your SIM service, electronic SIM card, they will give you a data plan, and then you can position them under the camera and you can scan the QR code from the network provider in the frame here. And then you have an electronic SIM. Let's cancel this. That is possible to have two numbers on one phone, electronic SIM and the Nano SIM. Two numbers in one phone. That's awesome. You can see the SIM card is instant working after you're getting in the password. And now we are in, and let's change something. We can go. I am changing at the every time I have a new iPhone, I'm changing something here in the camera system, because the camera system only is recording videos in 1080p at 30 frames. I dislike it in 30 frames. I'm always having videos in 60 frames. Of course, you can choose 4K, but take care. The dimensions are war. Here you can see a minute of video will be approximately 45 megabyte in 720p. But if you're choosing 4K 60 frames, it will give you needs 440 megabyte. This is big. So a medium thing is 1080p and 60 frames. I think so. You can choose here auto frames, make to 60 frames. Then you can lock the camera if you like HDR videos, but HDR is really awesome. Then you can set up a grid in the compositions, mirror front camera, scene detection, scan QR codes, enable or disable, use volume up to burst, then smart HDR enable, but as you like. But the thing is, choose here 1080p and 60 frames. And here you can see this is slow motion. It's important to let this on 240 frames. It's much better and smoother. And that it is. You are now in your system. It is activated. You can use it. You can use it with mobile. You can use it in your Wi-Fi, etc. You can use your camera, maps, photos, etc. This is the brand new Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. Really awesome and big. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me and give me. Oh, there's something more. There's another thing. I'm changing it all day long. Let's go back to settings, because it's not bright enough for me. So we can go to display and brightness, and here you can see the brightness level is not full. I'm always use full throttle for me, but you have to choose yourself. But it's sometimes it's really dark inside, as you can see. So go to the upper side, job's done. And of course, auto lock. You can choose 30 seconds. This is not so good, I think. I'm using never, because I'm working with that. But in your case, it's the bad thing is 5 minutes. Okay, you can choose by your, because it's auto lock, automatic shutdown, but not the iPhone, only the screen. So now that's it. Awesome device, easy to handle, and in good quality. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me and give me a positive feedback. And I hope to see you again on my channel. Soon.